contaminated water problem at Piney Point may have a permanent fix. Today, the governor announced efforts to close Piney Point and finally put an end to this decades-old problem.
ABC Action News reporter Wendy Lane has been covering the story since it first broke, and she's at Piney Point right now with more on what that fix would mean.
For decades, the contaminated water in these tall gypsum stacks have plagued the community, and one thing everyone can agree on is that they want this problem fixed for good.
We want this to be the last chapter of the Piney Point story.
And it's been a long story that turned into something from a nightmare 2 weeks ago when one of the gypsum stacks full of 480 million gallons of contaminated water from the old phosphate mine started leaking and threatened to collapse. To avoid the collapse, more than 200 million gallons of contaminated water was pumped into Tampa Bay, leaving many concerned about the long-term environmental impact, something the governor says the property owners, HRK Holdings, will be held accountable for.
Today, I'm directing the Department of Environmental Protection to create a plan to close Piney Point.
The governor announced he is redirecting more than $15 million of existing funds from the DEP to pre-treat the contaminated water at Piney Point. The state legislature says they're working to make $100 million available to develop a permanent fix, which is something that has never been done before.
Unlike every other chapter of Piney Point where something like this happened and then somehow there was a new plan to let the site keep going, right? An opportunity to close it and then an opportunity missed. I think that's the first and change. And again, I can't thank the governor and the legislature enough for saying, no, this is it.
As far as when the permanent closure will happen, well, it's not going to be immediate. State leaders say they're still working on a plan that they hope to have fully funded by next year. In Manatee County, Wendy Lane, ABC Action News.